Fences. The European Union has for years campaigned against them. In Northern Ireland's divided communities, in the occupied Palestinian territories. Yet now, inside Europe itself, security, just like everywhere else, is trumping high moral talk of human rights. Greece has a fence. Macedonia is currently making one. Hungary had already fenced itself off. Even more liberal Slovenia has been buying the barbed wire. And all this is calling into question what the European Union's greatest supporters say was its greatest achievement: border-free travel, otherwise known as Schengen. Schengen turns 30 this year. In 1985, when it was created, the Soviet Union was about to collapse, and academics were writing books called The End of History, a sort of boring but safe state of affairs in which nothing really significant was going to happen and conflicts were a thing of the past. What a long time ago that now feels. The question really is whether a Europe without borders and security checks is really such a good idea in such a violent world. And so the populist right in any number of countries says it is Schengen, its lack of border controls, which allows for attacks in Europe. Increasingly they say, we told you this would happen.
Schengen is not working because it must be like it was once in, I don't know, 25 years ago or something like that, when you have to show your passport. It's no need to make such a strong borders, but I think it's important to show on each border your passport, and then the organs of repression, let's say, must make a control.
The Dutch government is now even proposing going back to the original mini Schengen, open borders with just it, Austria, Germany and the Benelux countries. This would leave the newer European Union countries out. Countries like Slovenia, with its open border with Austria, now a main refugee route, suddenly under threat. Liberal voices here say it would be an economic and social disaster for them.
I'm afraid that we are in the state of disintegration, and disintegration that will be led by right-wing politicians predominantly, so they will impose an Europe that will be more and more authoritarian.
Of course, the real doomsday scenario is the end not just of Schengen, but of the EU. Potential economic collapse of free trade movements, the unpicking of wounds between countries which 2 generations ago were at war. That really would be a victory for ISIL. Lawrence Lee, Al Jazeera, on the edge of the Schengen zone in Slovenia.